Sorta Ridiculous is sponsored in part by Drunken Cobra. Drunken Cobra is a diverse, inclusive neighborhood pub in East Tulsa. It offers year-round weekly events like karaoke and music performances and stand-up comedy. Drunken Cobra is located at 6818 West North Avenue. Drunken Cobra, obey the snake.
I'm regretting getting the puppet for you at the museum.
Billy Ray got me this. I had to use it every week. This is amazing. I love this freaking thing. All right, folks. It's time for another episode of Sorta Ridiculous. Smash the button. Smash the button. 2 times now, y'all. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. All right, folks.
Wipe my spit off this. There we go. All right.
All right, folks. My name is Darren. Again, still, I have not transcended. And with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Billy Ray.
Happy Thursday once more, River West.
And Misha's not feeling too well.
He's not. He's feeling under the weather.
So not with you as always.
Not as always,
Unless
yes.
they're sick.
As almost always.
He's in here.
Or flake like I did last week, but I was.
He's
dealing
here in
with stuff.
spirit. And you were here probably in spirits. Yeah. And we also have Brandon who's going to be chiming in on some stuff today.
Yeah, I'm mic'd up. Hey.
Yeah.
Yay.
And
Yay.
with us, we have a cool person. We have a cool guest, a funny guest, mind you. And her name is Luise Noé.
Hi.
How you doing today, Luise?
Can we hear? I can't hear in the
You can't hear
microphone.
it?
In
Okay,
Can
let's
you
try
hear
it
at home,
again.
people?
Woo! Wait,
Everyone.
Should I say something? Hello.
Yeah, okay. I think
Oh,
you
yeah.
did.
I'm getting
Hello.
levels.
Hi.
Okay, cool.
I'm doing amazing. I'm having a great day.
Right. Well, that's what's up. So, a little about Luise. So, she's one of the first people that I met when I started my stand-up journey because she was hosting the Bremen. What do you guys call it? Monday Night Mass.
Monday Mass at Bremen Cafe right next to the church, and I still am hosting that together with Reagan Niemiller
That's right.
every Monday, 8 p.m.
You see, at Bremen Cafe and at 8. You said 8, right? At
8, yeah.
Yes, at 8. And so I attempt to be funny sometimes, but she's funny all the time. You know, when she's not talking like this, she's yelling at people to shut up and clap for comedians. Yes. All right. So with you being a new guest, I have some questions for you. You ready for this?
I'm so ready.
All right. Answer these questions 3. All right. 1. What is something sort of ridiculous about you?
I have probably at this point seen every episode of Law & Order SVU 7 times, and I still refuse to watch anything else.
7 times?
I think I'm on my 8th run through, and the greatest news is I started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man. Well, are there still new episodes coming
Oh
out?
yeah, they are still. I mean, right now it's a strike, but yeah, we have 24. That is the fun part. It's 24 seasons. Once you're through it, you can start from the beginning. You have forgotten everything.
Yeah, that sounds about right, except for the format. But the format is cool.
It's got Belzer. It's part of the Tommy. What was the name of the character for the unified television theory? Okay. Oh, okay. So St. Elsewhere was his hospital show back in the 80s. And one of the characters had a little boy, Tommy, who was autistic. And they ended the whole series where they panned back and this kid is watching it through a snow globe.
Yeah.
But the show crossed over with other television shows. They had this. They had Cheers and a couple other things, and then those shows kind of crossed over with other shows. So it's the Tommy. Oh, I have to find that. But it's the unified theory that all TV is happening in this autistic kid's head.
No, it makes also a lot of sense. I love the part that there's this one character on the show, Edward Munch.
Yes.
Richard
He's a
Belzer,
key-
rest
he's a
in
key
peace.
figure in all this.
He is in a million different shows, always the same character. Like he came from a different show and he ended on SVU. However, in any other regard, SVU has no problems to cast someone as a murderous rapist in one episode, and 4 episodes later, he's becoming a cop. You can find
Gary
the
Clark
same
has
actor.
been both. He's been both a biker and a undercover cop on the SVU.
What?
Yeah, a zombie movie performer that we were all very fond of.
Yeah, there are certain actors who've been on Law and Order SVU 5 times and in all the other Law and Order franchises.
Yeah,
and always
yeah.
in a different role.
There was
The Tommy Westfall hypothesis. Sorry.
Tommy Westfall.
Tommy
hypothesis.
Westfall.
Yeah, so Anthony Anderson, who's a really funny actor, he was a guest on SVU or it might have been CI, but then he became like a regular cast.
On the
member.
flagship. He's on the flagship right now. He was.
yeah.
I think he just stopped, but he was for a few seasons on the Law and Order flagship reboot.
Right. And I thought, hey, that's cool. That's very cool. They like, and I like how most of the guests are, like you said, are the murderers, rapists, or whatever. And like the one that was really tough for me was the episode with Robin Williams.
That is a highlight classic episode.
Right.
Season 7, episode 14, if I'm not
Was that
mistaken.
when he was like a serial killer? Or am I thinking of a different show?
No, he
he's the
was
psychopath
audio
who's-
guy.
Yeah, who like changes his voice on the phone and that way makes other people like sexually molest other. It's also Scott Adsit from 30 Rock in the beginning of the episode who manages. I'm not lying. I watched every episode 7 times at least.
You like
Scott
barely
Adsit like
got it.
touches up one of his employees because a voice on the phone told him they are a police person. This person stole a wallet, and that is how the episode starts. And then we find out that he is like this authoritative, like manipulative psychopath.
Dun,
I was
dun.
just watching an Adam 12 that had kind of the same idea of this guy's going around, this guy, passing himself off as a detective.
You're throwing so many references at me when I just explained that I do not watch anything but SVU.
This isn't for you. This is for the viewers at home. Viewers at home, listeners at home.
The viewers at home
The
of
viewers, yes.
that era. Yeah. All right. So
Otherwise, I have nothing. I have nothing to add. I'll just leave
it's all good.
if I can't sub-reference.
So question 2: what is something sort of ridiculous to you?
I'm going to say it, American sports
Why?
/ how Americans deal with soccer. I don't, it's both of those. Like, American sports are so fun because everything is the world championship, even though it's just you guys. No one else in the world participates.
Well, we're number one. I mean, in USA.
Like,
I love like the NBA. If you win the NBA, you're the world champion. And I can say this right now because just, I think 2 weeks ago, Germany won the actual basketball world championship. And still, when you win the NBA, you're the world champion.
I mean,
I love that.
it's like the NBA is in a league of its own, literally, and I guess they're not filling the teams out like as good as they used to. But you think about like the Jordan era and stuff like that. Essentially, it's kind of like college players playing professionals in some regards, you know. But I get it. Yeah, that is interesting. So, what do you think about? What's your thoughts on the United States and their dealings with soccer or football?
It's so cute, and I love that Messi is here now, and everyone is losing their minds. And it's like, my God, Miami is now its own special. They are playing like Barcelona. No, you just have Messi. And everyone's like, Messi is so mind blowing. It's like, no, he's playing against players who are not good enough for South America or Europe. Like, everyone is so mind blown with Messi, and it's just like, he was really, really good. He was the best one, even in
Yeah.
Europe. But right now, everyone is blowing it out of proportion. We're like, this is a man in his 40s just having a good time.
Well, you know, Mer's like, this is the best here. It's cool. Here's what's the best ever.
Honestly, it feels like Air Bud. Now I'm doing references. I feel like watching Air Bud the
there you go,
movie.
see?
Yeah, I can do that too.
You've seen
It,
some,
it
yeah.
feels like watching Air Bud where
Oh, that's
like
funny.
it should be against the rules to put like Messi in the middle of the MLS. It just doesn't. It seems like no one looked at the rule book. This should be illegal.
It's like just a big giant like, ha ha.
Can you imagine being the other teams that don't have Messi money and now you have to play Messi?
Well,
and the
I-
whole time you've played the MLS, but now you're playing Messi.
Like an extra, like a spin-off of Ted Lasso, almost, where it's everybody's the
Ted
only one.
Lasso, another thing where everyone is like, Ted Lasso, because soccer is about kindness. Baby, have you ever been to a stadium in Europe? Soccer is not about kindness.
Especially Derby days.
Oh, Derby
Shout
days,
out to all the
baby.
Borussia Dortmund fans. Wait, where are you from, Luisa?
I'm from Duisburg, which
Where's
is
that?
in the Ruhr Valley, like where Dortmund is too. Like Dortmund, I don't know, you probably told people about your favorite soccer club from
All
the
the
Bundesliga.
time.
Yeah, you always talk about them. Great. It's actually an interesting area. It's 15 huge cities right next to each other. Like Dortmund and Duisburg are 45 minutes apart with a train.
Okay.
In between 5 other major cities that have more than like 200,000
Oh, okay.
like inhabitants. So I'm from Duisburg. So Dortmund is now my club that I'm in the US because my local club is right now third league. I'm also not, another crazy thing, I'm not really a soccer fan. I just feel so gaslit by Americans who don't care about it that I now feel like the whole weight of like European soccer is resting on my shoulders to be like, no, this exists and it is relevant. I know you don't think it's relevant. Everyone else cares. Like, when you walk into a room and like people act like, I don't know, the Second World War didn't happen. And you would, no, this is a thing. Actually, the whole world is very involved in this.
Really?
And then you can't stop talking about it because you feel so gaslit by everyone else acting like it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it is the biggest thing in the world. Like in Germany, I was never a soccer fan, and now here I'm the soccer person just because I'm like watching what everyone else in the world is watching.
Well, I was very excited when you told me they were your team as well. So, hell yeah.
I can't even say at this point if they are really my team or if I hate Bayern Munich so much that
don't even. Ooh. What has it been like 11 years straight? Not 11.
12. No, after. Let's not talk about it. And it's also, we are on American radio. Everyone else has already like zapped out at this point.
Well, we're in River West. There's no telling who.
That's true.
Who's
You're most likely to find your audience in this kind of small.
River West is
there.
the most progressive.
Is that a soccer jersey?
Yeah, I think
It
that
looks
might.
like,
I think that might be a
there you go,
Liga
case in point.
team. So shout out to the Bundesliga. So, question 3. What is something sort of ridiculous that has happened to you?
One time, when I just like came to the US for the first time, I accidentally almost checked into a naked veterans hostel in Atlanta.
Wait, what?
And then I had to run away and watch the cops raid a whole house while I was standing at the window charging my phone.
What? How does that happen?
So I came to the US for the first time in 2017 when I did like an exchange program in my undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
And so my cool plan was I'm going to fly to the cheapest place that I can fly to, which was Miami at that point from Europe. And then I'm just going to backpack from Miami to Austin, Texas, where I was supposed to be at a certain point. Like the visa starts always a month earlier than the semester starts. So I was like, I have a month to make it from Miami to Austin. And I was like, I'm going to backpack alone. And guess what? I don't have the one resource that matters, money. So I started in Miami, went up. At this point, I'm at Atlanta. I think I'm 2 weeks in. And what I tried to do is like couch surf the whole way. I didn't have like who has hotel money, who has like hostel money.
Great.
And I was supposed to stay with a girl. As a woman backpacking alone, no offense, you're afraid of one thing, which is almost 50% of the population, aka men.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
So I tried to only stay with women while couch surfing. And the woman who was supposed to stay with that night in Atlanta literally canceled on me 8 p.m. the day off. Like I was on the way to her place and then she was like, never mind, I don't have space. And I was like, that is fantastic. This is great. And I just Googled Atlanta hostel. And there is a place called the Atlanta Hostel. And like, it's 2017. There's not like so much booking.com and Airbnb stuff going on that they just had a phone number. And I texted the phone number. I was like, hey, I'm really desperately in the need of like a place to stay tonight. Could I stay at this hostel? And they were like, yeah, great. We have a place for you. You just come to this address. I call an Uber, go to this address. The Uber driver already is like, you sure you want to get out here?
Oh my God.
And I was like, no, great. It's a hostel, I swear. So I go in and the dude texts me, hey, I'll be there in 45 minutes. Can you just chill on the porch? And I check you in when I get there. And I chill on the porch and the door opens and there's this naked man being like, oh, you're staying here tonight? And I'm like, sure. And he's like, oh my God, yeah, I know he's on the way. I will show you around. He shows me around. And wonderful place. If you want to be naked, if you're a veteran, great that these places exist. It's just that I didn't want to be in the middle of it.
Oh, man.
Sure.
And like you walk around, it's like, oh, so it's all just air mattresses on the floor in rooms that you can't lock. Okay, cool. And then like you couldn't even lock the bathrooms.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
No, that's a few red flags. I mean,
right.
So I was like, Oh, beautiful. Oh, can you see it on the camera?
Oh, well, yeah.
I wanted to
Oh,
sweat undetected and in silence. Thanks.
Oh, I thought it was cool. I thought they were meant that way because they kind of look like butterflies, like a butterfly wing on each one. So that
Too late.
wasn't
Now
the
I
case.
wiped my face. I wish you said it earlier. This is intended. I did not bike here and then started sweating profusely.
It
This
is
is
not a
not what
Schwitzerling,
is
yes.
happening here.
Yeah, she didn't feel inclined to do so. Okay, that's an inside joke. Oh, but yeah, no, that's definitely something sort of ridiculous.
No, it's my name. Like the owner just got my name and then was like, "Oh, it's Luise. It's a man." So it turned out the owner was super nice. He didn't charge me. He even because then I ran away after the dude gave me the tour. I was just like taking my backpack, running away, calling another Uber, trying to figure something out, like just get away from this place. And my phone died in the middle. Like I'm on the south side of Atlanta. It's dark out. I'm standing somewhere in a park. Just ran away, no direction from.
No.
And my phone, and I was like, that is even better. This is perfect now. And that is the moment I became a white woman in America. Because all I saw was like blue flashing lights, and I was like, I'm gonna walk towards this. Which is the widest thing. I'm on the south side of Atlanta and I see the police. I'm like, I'm gonna walk towards.
Oh man.
And I did. And I went up to their window and been like, I'm lost. Do you have an iPhone charger? And they were like, yeah. So they gave me an iPhone charger through the window of the police car. I'm charging my phone while they are raiding a house. Like they had a bomb. Like they broke open the door and like just let men out of that house. They put him in like the big police van and I was just standing there charging my iPhone like, wow.
Welcome to America.
This is fun.
Although, as far as the way to say, like, this is the American experience, I mean, you could have turned around and gone back, and you really had pretty much done everything you're gonna get out of a exchange program.
Pretty much, yeah. That is Atlanta for me.
Yeah, I'm born and raised here. I don't think I've ever had such an American moment
Right.
as charging my phone from a police car while there was a raid of some sort happening. Just
Oh, for
feet
sure.
away from me.
One of the most American things that's happened to me was actually leaving musical rehearsal, walking to my vehicle, watching a cop drive by, wave at them. They bust a Yui, and I end up in the back of a cop car. No joke. No joke. It was UWM police, and it was freaking. It was not cool. It was not cool. I was on the phone with someone.
You heard it here first. Racism, not cool.
Yes, it's not even remotely cool. Well, I guess. Wait, no, it's not cool. It was a very interesting situation.
That's wild.
Yeah, America, land of the free.
What the company?
What the country? All right, so yeah, that's definitely that's a sort of ridiculous thing that happened to you. Naked people and charging your phone from a cop car. That's fantastic.
Then I stayed with it. Like I found finally couch surfer, and I was like, okay, now I have the choice between like 40 men or one man. So I found a male couch surfer who let me stay with him. Sweetest dude, super hardcore hippie. So I taught at this like Sudbury school for like 3 days, staying with him.
Okay.
Which like Waldorf and Montessori. Sudbury is even like, we're not gonna teach children unless they ask us.
What?
So I was just chilling with these kids the whole time, and they were like, one day they're gonna just walk up to us and be like, teach me how to read. But until that day, let them play Lego. And I was like, this is fun.
That's how education should be. But then I think there would be a lot more TikToking nowadays if they tried to do that or get away with that.
I mean, we're getting there, I think.
Oh, yeah. So, Louisa, you are funny. I mean, no, you're a comedian.
So we would really hope you're funny if you're a comedian.
I don't know if I'm funny or if it's just the accent.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you described your accent to me in a very funny way. Wait, how did you describe your accent? You said it was like
I think an Australian woman having a stroke. That is what I usually say.
Right. I think there was the bit that you did something about it not being cold in Germany or something like that, or like.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't about my accent. That is just
Okay.
about how much I hate being cold in the Midwest since I moved here from Texas. So
Right. So, like, how long have you been doing comedy?
4 years now.
4 years?
4 years, yeah. 2 years, like when I moved here permanently in 2019. 2 years in Austin, and now I've been in Milwaukee for 2 years.
All right. So, I'm guessing it wasn't comedy that brought you to the States.
No, no, not at all. You don't get visas
like,
out.
hey.
You have enough comics. Don't start giving out
I'm gonna
visas
try
just for
that.
people who want to run open mics. Okay.
Dude, you have 5 solid. The guy asked at the office.
So you said you came here to teach, right?
I do academia. I came here to research. I do American literature, and I got my master's in Texas, and now I'm getting my PhD at UWM.
Oh, far out.
It's gonna be
Hell yeah.
Dr. Noy.
Doctor No, 3 more years, hopefully. Fingers crossed. That is how long I have funding.
And if nothing else, Dr. Noy would be a great Bond villain. So you've got, if the PhD falls, you've got at least got the doctorate. You can just get a base in
Dr.
the middle of Lake
Noy
Michigan.
with a German accent. Let's make all the 80s movies.
I mean, you invest in vinyl. That's, I guess, that's, I don't.
No, I like that. Yeah, that sounds great. So, what inspired you to start doing comedy?
I've always been obsessed with comedy in Germany. While I didn't get my visa through comedy, I had to figure out something else to get here. I always knew I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was obsessed with 30 Rock in Germany and watching SNL clips on YouTube and listening to albums. It's always sounds so dumb when comedian says there is something to the brain of a comedian, and I don't think that's for everyone. That is the dumb argument, all comedians are depressed. I don't. But there is something about comedy that feels very, very much, oh, this is how my brain works anyways. Great that I can channel this into something. That is,
Right.
I've always been the person who's okay, don't say the first thing you think because that's sociopathic. You got to say the second thing you think when someone tells you their grandmother died. Because the first thing is always not good. Not good. No one wants, I don't know.
I'm feeling picked on here in a corner, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, no, what do you mean?
That's why you have puppets. A puppet can say the first thing that goes into your head.
Yeah, I just have 2 small hands to be a great puppeteer.
Yeah, mine are all right. Mine are all right.
You also have baby hands. Come on.
Just a little bit. I have nice hands. I haven't worked a hard day in my life. That's not true. Do not quote me on that. I've worked hard. I've worked very freaking hard. Yeah. So who? I mean, hell, I've been running this show for over 4 years now. That's right. Suck it. Anyone who feels some type of way about it.
I work hard. I make podcasts.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the thing about podcasts versus a radio show. I do this live, and it gets trans whatever.
The Bible said a man is made out of mud. Poor man's made out. Yeah.
But it is what it is. I do stuff. But so what has been your favorite? How's your journey been in comedy so far?
Ooh, so far, I don't know what journey there has been. I hope I've gotten better. I recently watched a very early clip of mine. I was like, okay, I would say I got better, which is a good sign after 4 years. Otherwise, I think it would be time to quit. Otherwise, there is, I think something that a lot of people when they start comedy have to learn is that there is no straight journey. You will plateau a lot. You will always get better and you feel wow, I made it up here. And then nothing happens for a long time. And then you start
Yep.
getting new stuff or figuring a new skill out or starting to find your voice more. And suddenly you feel oh, I'm getting up there. And then you plateau again because comedy is about doing it and doing it and doing it and doing over and over again and bombing a million times and learning to develop the form of detachment you need to get on stage and have a million people not laugh at you and go home afterwards and be I'm fine. I can do this again tomorrow.
That sounds brutal.
So
Yeah.
it's
It's a
a
little
brutal
bit.
journey, and that is why a lot of
That's-
people, do it for a year and then slowly phase out when they get to the first plateau. I would say I was this whole year, in all honesty, probably on that plateau. I tried to work a lot out of state and work in different areas I haven't worked in yet to get a feeling of novelty because I knew it wasn't coming from doing what I'm doing all the time. I'm on a plateau right now. That is
To be
the honest
fair,
answer.
when I hit my plateau, I started rethinking my act, and I started rethinking my life, and I wound up back in school instead. And then puppet show eventually. But
Oh yeah.
So that was but that's
Oh,
yeah.
you said
are
you
correct.
did it, yeah.
So yeah, you do. You get to the point where you're just okay, even if you're not trying to do it professionally, even if you're just trying to just okay, the jokes that we're getting laughs, you have those nights where it's just you could just wave your hand and everybody be cracking up you just they're putty. But then you have other nights where you're just like you may not be sweating, but you're feeling like you're putty now. You're melting into the lights.
You know, I feel that more often than not, but it's okay because I like at the mic that I host. Opening up a room is very interesting. It can either go very, very good or very well or absolutely just catastrophic. So like I pulled some jokes off at Bremen on Monday and it was killing. I was like, hell yeah, I'm doing this tomorrow. And it fell on deaf ears. I mean, there were some parts that were funny, but I was like, man, I know all rooms are different, but I think, there's definitely something to be said about opening a room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's so many just random factors, random X factors that could be in the mix that makes the difference between your best night and your worst night. And yeah, it's gonna keep plugging away, I guess.
Right, and it's like you don't know really like what the room is until like maybe 5 or 6 comedians in. It's like, oh, that's what they're laughing at.
And the energy of a room can change with one comic. That is like you can't plan too much ahead. Like going up, there's the nice thing about being a host where like the room is what I'm going to make it. I'm going up to a cold room, but I can form this. However, it is harder to form this. But you can also like see 6 comedians go up, be like, this is what the room is like. And then someone comes and crushes. And you're like, great. So I got to adjust to this now. Or someone comes and bombs so hard that it's like going up as the host. Like there are people who can cool down a room, baby.
Oh man.
Oh, I've seen some stuff that was like performance art. Oh my god. I'll tell you a story when we're off the air. It's too long at this point to get rolling, but
yeah,
he was ended up being last on the list, and he started drinking the whole night.
No.
To be continued.
Exciting.
Oh, I just heard the cleanest joke you'll ever hear. All right. So
This better not be a pun.
Uh-oh.
Oh. See, no, I think I messed up the premise. I think I messed it up now. Let's see. Did you hear about the dude that was Did you hear about the dude that was addicted to soap?
No.
He's clean now.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You did sell it already.
I apologize. So like, what
did you hear about that chicken that was getting to the other side of a room? Ah, damn it.
Yeah, that's. But it was the cleanest joke. It was a clean joke. All right. Okay. Regardless. So, you have a show. You have a show coming up. Yeah. So actually, I wanted to mention this. So. The place that I host stand-up open mic, we're having our first comedy show. It's called Drunken Comics at Drunken Cobra. And Luise here is one of the featured comedians. And I'm very fortunate to have her on the show because she's made me laugh multiple times. Like your bit about the about not having the reclining chairs on the airplane. You could feel it.
It's anger.
Yeah.
The driving force of my comedy is anger.
Right. And silly things. Wait, what was that? Capitalism.
Capitalism,
stuff.
Immigration, and other girly stuff.
Yes.
Those are my topics.
Your thoughts on America is very.
But when is this show happening? We know where it's.
This is happening October 21st, Saturday.
Ooh.
Yes. Look for more information on sortaridiculous.com. All right, folks, this has been another episode of Sorta Ridiculous. Smash a button. All right, folks, we'll catch you guys